What the Children of Jowonio Know, written by Amara Sapone Shivin. The children of Jowonio know, not because they have been told, but because they have lived it, that there is always room for everyone, in the circle, and at snack time and on the playground, and even if they have to wiggle a little to get another body in, and even if they have to find a new way to do it, they can figure it out. And so it might be reasonable to assume that there's enough room for everyone in the world. The children of Jowonio know, not because they have been told, but because they have lived it, that children come in a dazzling assortment of sizes, colors, and shapes, big and little, in all shades of brown and beige and pink. And some walk, and some use wheelchairs, but everyone gets around, and that same is boring. And so it might be reasonable to assume that everyone in the world could be accepted for who they are. The children of Jowonio know, not because they have been told, but because they have lived it, that there are people who talk with their mouths, and people who talk with their hands, and people who talk by pointing, and people who tell us all we need to know with their bodies if only we listen well. And so it might be reasonable to assume that all the people of the world could learn to talk and listen to each other. The children of Jowonio know, not because they have been told, but because they have lived it, that we don't send people away because they're different, or even because they're difficult, and that all people need support, and that if people are hurting, we take the time to notice, and that words can build bridges and hugs can heal. And so it might be reasonable to assume that all the people on the planet could reach out to each other and heal the wounds and make a world fit for us all. This story was taken from a book called Because We Can Change the World, a practical guide to building cooperative, inclusive classroom communities. It was written in celebration of a school called the Jowonio School in Syracuse, New York. Jowonio is an Onondaga word that means to set free. Jowonio was the first school in the country to systemically include children who are labeled as autistic in regular classrooms with those labeled neurotypical. Thanks for listening.